For nearly 4,000 years, this structure stood as the tallest man-made object on the planet. Rising out of the Sahara, the Great Pyramid of Giza was a mountain of stone that defined the limits of human imagination. And before we continue, if you're enjoying these incredible transformations, please consider subscribing. A surprising number of viewers watch our videos without subscribing, and every single subscription helps this channel grow. Your support inspires us to create even more breathtaking building restorations, home makeovers, engineering marvels, and unbelievable before and after transformations from around the world. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join the Ruins to Riches community. Now, let's dive into this incredible transformation and discover how this remarkable journey unfolded. In the year 2550 BCE, this skyline didn't exist. The Giza Plateau was a desolate, wind-swept expanse of sand, miles from the bustling centers of the Old Kingdom. The transformation of this desert began with Pharaoh Khufu. To the ancient Egyptians, life was a temporary prelude to the afterlife, and Khufu envisioned a tomb of such scale that it would act as a resurrection machine, securing his immortality among the gods. Most people imagine this project was built by millions of oppressed slaves under the constant threat of violence. That dark myth has persisted for centuries, but modern archaeology tells a different story. The builders were actually a highly respected workforce of 20,000 to 30,000 citizens. These were skilled craftsmen and seasonal farmers who were housed in a temporary city and paid in bread and beer, the essential currency of the ancient world. These teams were tasked with constructing a 481-foot artificial mountain. They had to quarry, transport, and stack millions of stones without the benefit of wheels, pulleys, or iron tools. Success depended entirely on human organization. The pyramid was the ultimate ancient test of logistics, requiring the Egyptian state to coordinate a massive collaborative effort across hundreds of miles of the Nile Valley. We have a direct window into that coordination through the Diary of Merer. This ancient papyrus journal is the oldest known record of the pyramid's construction, detailing the daily operations of a cargo team. Merer's logs describe his team transporting thousands of tons of stone along the Nile. His records prove that the Egyptians used the river as their primary delivery mechanism to move heavy materials across the country. To get the stone to the base of the construction site, engineers manipulated the landscape. During the annual flood season, they opened dikes to channel water into man-made canals, allowing heavy cargo boats to dock within a few hundred meters of the growing monument. These engineers were master hydrologists. They terraformed the desert, turning the Giza Plateau into a massive port city to make the transport of over 2 million stone blocks possible. On land, the labor was even more grueling. Workers used copper chisels and water-soaked wooden wedges to split solid rock, carving out granite blocks weighing 80 tons from quarries 500 miles away. Moving these megaliths required massive wooden sledges, which teams of men had to drag across the shifting desert sands. To move weights that modern machinery would struggle with, workers poured a precise amount of water onto the sand immediately ahead of the sledge. This created a thin layer of mud that helped halve the friction, allowing teams to slide the stones forward. The final result was a structure aligned to true north within 3/60ths of a degree. In its original state, the pyramid was encased in smooth, blindingly white Tura limestone that would have been visible from miles away. Supporting this workforce and shipping these materials consumed the resources of the entire Nile Valley for decades. This glowing white mountain represented the absolute limit of what the Old Kingdom's wealth and labor could produce. The immense cost of this building boom eventually drained the Egyptian state. Following Khufu's reign, the economy fractured, and the Giza Plateau was slowly abandoned to the desert and the march of invading empires. In 1303 AD, a massive earthquake struck the Mediterranean. The violent tremors shattered the Great Pyramid's smooth white outer casing, causing the limestone slabs to crack and cascade down the sides of the structure. Nearby rulers took advantage of the disaster. They stripped away the fallen white limestone to build the infrastructure of Cairo, repurposing the pyramid's skin to create the city's mosques and fortresses. The weathered, stepped surface visible today is the pyramid's internal core, a massive stone skeleton left behind once the protective casing was gone. By the late 19th century, the focus shifted from looting to science. Archaeologists like Sir William Matthew Flinders Petrie arrived to measure the monument with unprecedented mathematical rigor, laying the foundation for modern Egyptology. Today, Giza is at the center of global preservation efforts. Specialists work to repair centuries of pollution damage and manage the humidity inside the chambers, protecting the stone from the breath of millions of annual visitors. Yet the structure continues to reveal new features. In 2017, researchers used cosmic ray muon radiography, a technology that uses space-borne particles to see through solid stone, to scan the monument's interior. The scan discovered a massive hidden void sitting directly above the Grand Gallery. It is a chamber that remained unknown for 4,500 years, and its purpose is still a subject of intense scientific debate. After 45 centuries, the Great Pyramid remains a physical bridge between ancient logistics and modern physics. It has survived the collapse of the empire that built it and the pillaging of its own stone, standing today as a monument that outlasts the very history it was built to record.